Hello, good morning, happy Tuesday. How you all doing today? Hello, Kevin, and thank you for the membership on YouTube. I don't have, unfortunately, I've run out of my backlog of live streams that we had before, so there's not too many in there, but I'm hoping to slowly figure out a way to create some cuts and maybe a little bit faster, I'm not sure, and build those up again. Albert, hello. How are you doing today? All right, so last week we finished up with the first steps here. You're going home early, but night is already there. Well, it is winter time, so it is the time of less light in the day, so that makes sense. All right, so deving with Docker, so that's what we're working on this. Yash, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, so deving with Docker, we have, all right, so here's basically what we had decided we needed to do with this. Let's go ahead and set up our to-do list. So for binding, what would the name of this article be? I want to bind, I said binding, okay, there's volumes. I guess this is binding ports, isn't it? Although there's also exposing ports, so I'm not really sure what I meant by binding, if it's not networking or oh no, not volumes. I guess I was thinking volumes was something else. Okay, so this let's put our code. Oh, I remember what we were working on. We were actually working on an actual project. Oh, that's what it was. We're creating an actual thing. So this was some kind of, let's actually go find it. It was some, yeah, the Express CRUD. That's what it was. You have a dual boot VM with Arch and Debian to do. Oh yeah, that could be fun. Did I complete the OwnGit? I've got through all the stages except the last one. We just started the last one at the end of yesterday, and it was oh, this is gonna be pretty hard. I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. We've got a lot of stuff going here, and then it's oh, this is hard, but not for the reason that I thought it was gonna be. We have to first muddle through poor documentation and figure out what is how to actually request all the information as part of a git pull, a git clone, which is not quite as fun. There's a few things we can try out doing, but it's basically the investigation, I think, is going to be the hardest part. Let's see, you're quitting Docker because you created a one-liner that gives a root shell without having sudo rights. Are you talking about root shell in your own system or root shell inside of Docker? If you're able to do that, you should probably let's see, there's some security groups, I don't remember where they are, that would probably be interested in that, because they usually try to fix those type of things. Yeah, getting into the host system. It's one of the reasons why it's it's important to run not root in the Docker container. Rugmat, hello. How are you doing today? And 3-stream streak. Nice. All right, so let's see. We have our app. Okay, we have this thing. I don't remember exactly what it was we were working on. Right, we don't have much here. So you know what I think we need to do? I think we need to figure out what this thing is going to be in order to actually build it, because without sort of direction, it's going to be hard. Oh, SE Linux could it be able to be your thing? And almost broke it on a friend's computer. Yeah, I haven't used SE Linux before. It came out. When did it come out? It had come out, and then for some reason we were not allowed to use it. I can't remember why. Let's see. So let's create a README. And this is Express CRUD. Like, what is this all going to be about? I kind of want this to be approachable, so I don't want it to be like too specific to like a topic, like too not memey essentially. Because I don't know, like the people who would go and find this and run this, like they're not always going to be gamers. You know, I know that most of us on Twitch, you know, at least have tangentially game. YouTube is got its own interesting culture. That would probably be a little bit more appropriate, but there's still a bunch of weird things in there. What's the hotness in Linux world? Is it Endeavoros? Still, I don't even remember Endeavoros. Yes, man. Hello. How are you doing today? All right, so let's create some basically stories. I guess not really stories. What is this all about? So this is a CRUD app for maybe quotes. We could do quotes. Wait, which is it? Endeavoros was the auto-corrected thing. Autocorrect ruins everything, but it also makes everything hilarious too. Okay, CRUD app for quote, like quotes, or we can do tasks for like to-do app. That could work, just like a really simple to-do app. And this isn't really trying, like all we need is like a very basic connections to like databases to show off stuff. So I don't really need complex like database structures. We just need more of a complex infrastructure setup, if that were the case. So we have create. So for those of you who don't know, CRUD stands for create, read, update, delete. So for the create, we want to create a new task. I'll add in the sort of like the actual markdown to-do list after this. Okay, so create a new task. We want to get all tasks, get one task. This is get task by ID. We want to get task by ID. We want to update task. Update task by ID. We want to delete task. Okay, nice and simple for that. Our database structure. Okay, so we needed, oh, we should have a help. Okay. Let's rename this. This is going to be a Express CRUD app. Let's create a health check. So we'll do an app.get for slash health check. You're gonna get rec and res, and we're just gonna do res.json status healthy. I don't really know if I need anything else. Okay, so if I do that, then I want to probably actually test this and make it work. AKA post, get, put, and delete for the restful people here. Yes. And then for the put, it could be a patch too for all I'm going to do. Put and patch are similar. Put is for replacing the object wholesale, and patch is for replacing one little tiny piece of it. REST is a really great system. I've never really like fallen completely out of favor with it. I like it. I like it a lot. And then the other thing that I like is GraphQL. Is like both of those things I think have a lot of place in our dev world. Okay, so if we run this, okay, so I need to npm. Let's have a all right, so the first thing is we want to build this inside of a Docker container. I want to make sure that everything runs inside of Docker, and the only thing outside of Docker that we're doing here is going to be the coding part. So I want this code inside of Docker. Now, if I remember correctly, we have this node here for the Express app. And I'm in this directory, so I should be able to restart this. So let's do a Docker start. So if I restart you, you're up. We have port 3000 going into 3096 inside. Okay, and then that should launch there. No, I don't think that this auto runs anything for us, so we have to deal with that. Gitto's API is just REST and GraphQL. It may even be that Docker's is also RESTful. Like, REST is so common. You'll see it everywhere. And then REST is, I think the only problem is when you get dogmatic about REST, and try to like be too on the nose for the standard, as it were. I think it's much better to sort of like know why the standard is really important, and then that allows you to break it in the specific cases where it's like better to break it, which then can help everybody out. Okay. Now if I run you, what do I want to do with this? I probably want Insomnia because we are building this out here. So we have you. Oh, this was the code crafter stuff. You're trying to add a new helper tool. No. Insomnia's updates have been not great. How do I create a new request? Am I only allowed one? Oh, there it is. Okay, new request. I want to do a get to HTTP localhost 3000 health check. Server return nothing. No headers, no nothing. Okay, that's not great. What did I call this? It is health check. So get to that. Oh, you know what? I don't think this is actually working. This isn't running yet. So let's. What do I want to do for this? I'm thinking we have Docker. We can go inside. Let's try going inside. So we'll do a Docker exec. We'll go into IT. Okay, so here's our code. I want to do a npm start. Yeah, there we go. So now, that doesn't come out either. Let's see. We are forwarding ports. So it's 00. Oh, so that's 0000, which that's a dangerous port to have. And that's 3000. So that's local, everything local. Yeah, the internal port is 3096, right? And so this is the port. This is the port that's inside of Docker here. Also, hello, Hungry Bear Dev. How are you doing today? And then it's a little bit hard to see. Let me make this a little bit bigger. We're saying on the outside, I want port 3000 to redirect into port 3096. It's a really cool thing we can do with Docker here. It's actually one of the best parts about Docker because it allows us to basically have all of our applications always using the same port. And then we just change this port around. And then you just never run into port conflicts anymore. Unless you're silly and have all your external ones hit on 3000, which I've totally done myself. Are you trying to learn Node and Docker? So this looks interesting. Nice. Yeah, if you have any questions, ask away. We're creating a course for this, so anything that I can get more and then add to this list is what I want to do. So, all right. Now you're not running, but I think that's actually because internally you're running on. I think it's running on 127.0.0.1, which is actually that's not going to work unless I have an Nginx container going, which I don't. So if I want to hit this directly, I need to make sure this is running on 0000, which I don't remember how to do off the top of my head. It has been a long time since I've used Express. IP address? You can set IP addresses in any of the following ways. Okay, so I want to do something like this. Set my trust proxy, loop back, and then 0000. I wonder if I can get away with this. Let's try it. Oh, we can also do this. Interesting. Okay. So this will have to be above here after we create the app. We're going to app.set trust proxy. It was loopback and then just space, no, comma. And then we can just set you to be the everything. How did you get an Express working without Nginx or Apache? So Express works without it. Nginx is useful for taking in external traffic and then forwarding that traffic to Express. So, but yeah, you could just run Express on its own without anything else. Oh, app.listen. Oh, is there something we can do there? I haven't tried that. Let's try this first. This is the first thing that popped up in the documentation for IP address. Okay, so if we come up to here, so basically up here, I've exec into the container. We're gonna restart you, and we're gonna rerun you here, and I still don't get anything. It is coming back really quickly. Yeah, this saves you the extra mile. Yes, I could. So you could absolutely set up a container that has Nginx on it and then send data over to that. Spencer, hello. How are you doing today? And also Mohan, hello. How are you? Okay, so I want to let's try yours, Rugmat. That might be a better way to do it, because I don't think this worked. Unless, of course, I could try just the loop back. But I don't think that's what I want. So let's do, I want app.listen. Oh yeah, look at that. App.listen. This is something like I've never been too happy with is languages that aren't strongly typed that also do method overloading is a nightmare to work with, because you just don't know. Because like it's not type safe. Like I could just do whatever I want and it has to like figure it out automatically. So we do our port and then our host. And these are, you notice like the square brackets are all optional. So here, if they show, okay, so, oh, interesting. If I don't assign a port, it's going to assign a random one, which obviously is not helpful or useful in any way whatsoever. Okay, so I want port and then host, and then I could probably ignore the backlog and then the callback. So I want port is going to be, I'm shocked that it set the port correctly. I forgot to set it here. So port and then the IP address, that would be 0000. And then that. There we go. Now we got it. Yeah, it's possible that that wasn't it. Let me try. If I didn't have that, would this have worked? Yep. Okay. That was my bad. I had it. Hold on. Do I even need this? Nope. Okay, so the problem was that I was lying to it. It was lying to me because I grabbed the port out of the environment variables, and then I didn't tell it till it actually listened to the port. Yay! Okay, so obviously, if we're working inside of here, we kind of want to have this auto restart for us every time that we make a change. What's the tool that we use for that? It's been so long since I've done no dev. Do any of you use that tool like this? I don't remember anymore what it's called. Oh, you know what? I think Docker does have a tool for that, doesn't it? It's Docker Watch, isn't it? I think this is new. Compose Watch. That's not the same. Scout Watch. Uh-oh. What's Scout Watch? Watch repositories in a registry and push images and indexes to Docker Scout. Okay, so that's not what I want to do either. NodeMon, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we're not using Docker Compose yet. We're going to start with, I think the way we're going to do it in the course is we're going to do everything without Docker Compose to sort of make sure that you understand the fundamentals of it. And then we're going to say, okay, and now we're going to use Docker Compose and everything is easy. So much easier, but then you'll understand what's going on in Docker Compose because it's kind of just a script for everything else. So let's install NodeMon. Yeah, so we'll do npm install dev mode NodeMon. That I remember the name of it now. Thank you for that. That's just seeing that I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what that is. PM2 NodeMon or forever. PM2 and forever I've always used as running it in production as opposed to running like restarting whenever something happens. Okay, so if I NodeMon app, if I npx NodeMon app, now if we come over here and I just hit save, there we go. Okay, so that works like that. Now, this would be kind of silly for me to have to keep up a terminal like this. And so I want to exit out of here. We're going to update the package.json and add in a dev script. We're gonna express app. Okay, so we're gonna remove, oh, the container's still running. Stop. You learned like a week ago, you're motivating me to take this node seriously. Nice, excellent. I'm sure that this doesn't exist in Docker per se. I know how to get auto updates for released. I remember reading about Docker Watch coming out. I thought it was for everything, but apparently it's just for Compose, which is going to be really nice because like in a real app, I probably would just go straight to Compose and not start with just Docker vanilla. Banana Wave, hello. How are you doing today? I also love that you're Banana Wave YouTube on Twitch. All right, so let's now remove you. and we're gonna create this again. Okay, so we're gonna do docker run, and okay, so we have our Express app, we volume in our code, we have our port that we're setting, we have the port that we're forwarding. I don't want to bin bash anymore. Now I want to run, oh, there's a docker run workspace. Workdir. Okay, so -w. So before that, we're going to use -w to go into /code inside of there. And then our command is going to be npm run dev. And I didn't want to do that. That's wrong. Docker remove you. I want now you to be a daemon mode. How do you pronounce it? Do you pronounce it daemon mode or demon mode? I've always used daemon to sort of differentiate from like demons. Okay, so this is now running behind the scenes, and I don't need this terminal window up anymore. If I come down here, we can do a docker ps, and we'll see that you're still up and running. And I can hit you, and we still get the status healthy, right? Matt, okay, so Daemon. I've just seen people play Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go in a train, that seems, how would it let them do that? Spencer, okay, so you just call it Matt Damon. I mean, that works, right? But do you call Matt Damon Daemon, or do you call it Matt Demon? All right, so I want to come back to here, and we're gonna hit, we are going to update our, we're gonna update this to say, instead of status, we're just gonna say, I am healthy. A lot of exclamation points. And I'm going to hit save on that, switch back over to here, hit send, and we get our I am healthy immediately back. So I no longer need to go in and like manually restart it. I don't even need to have a terminal window dedicated to the inside of this. Now, that being said, okay, so what are we seeing with this? We let's kind of want to restart with this and just go with, what do we need to do for that? So far we need to be able to create a Docker container with like add in, let's see, we sort of choose the Docker container, we do the code, so we're going to create a Docker container. We already did daemon mode for this. We already did a name. Okay, so volume. So make like use a volume to make code available. Oh, to share code. To share code with container. Okay. The next thing that we did, expose the ports. We've got that. I think we did that before, right? No, I don't think we did. Okay, so expose ports between host and container. We want to set the working directory. So when running a container, and then we already have the npm, like the command that we do inside, so we're good to go there. Okay, so continuing on. So now that we have that running, I want to look at the logs. I want to make sure that this is good, and we can tail the logs in here to sort of see them come up. Which means that I only have to investigate the contents of this window when I want to. Otherwise, I can just sort of keep it down. And that works with Docker logs express app. And I just get to see, here's all the logs. And then if I remember correctly, I could do -F for follow. And now whenever I hit like save, it just like appends the logs out there. Okay, so let's viewing Docker container logs. Okay, that being said, I am going to pretend that I'm just going to even close this this window over here. So we just have our terminal over here, and we have our code over here. Okay, you call Matt Damon. You call Matt Damon Matt Demon. Nice. That sounds fun. Name's pronunciation is relative. I guess it's relative to whoever is calling you whatever name you are. I say Damon the same you say as nasal Damons. Cute name for what happens when you cause undefined behavior. Typing while in landscape mode is horrendously slow. The virtual keyboard misses half of your presses and double presses. Do you not do the swipe to type? I've started doing that for everything. It's really nice. I like it a lot more than press to type, especially on like keyboards where there's no feedback, like no mechanical feedback. All right, so we have you. We're good to go there. Okay, so let's just back to our README and start figuring out this stuff. So if I want to create a new task, let's how do I want to do this? I probably want to create like a I want to create a DB. Let's create like a place for all the routes to go. So let's don't know if I need a special routes for this or if just a file for like the task routes. Let's touch task routes. All right, see how much of this I can remember how to do. I want to create a router from this, and then we're going to import that into the other file and set it up. So we're going to have const I want to get the router. I think it's router like that. And then I can now call router. I think I can create a new router. Zilby, hello. Welcome. I guess you decided you're standing up today? Oh, your keyboard is set up as bilingual French and English. Okay, I can imagine that that would be much harder with the swipe. Okay, router, express router. I want to. Oh nope, now you're. Nope, you're still standing up. Oh, you're standing up in a way that now your face doesn't get caught by the camera. Of course. I think I can create a new route for this. But now it's enough that I don't remember off the top of my head. So let's, this is Docker. I want the router. Okay, so I do express that router. I call it as a function, and then that gives me, and then I can just do things with it, right? Wait a second. Yeah, express that router. Creates a new router object, and that object we can then do, okay, whatever we want with that. Oh, I can even do router.route. Which okay, so we're gonna do, I think for us, we do like that, and now we can do router dot okay, so to create a new task. That's gonna be a post. I want, oh, but you know what I can do? I can do a router dot route. Oh yeah, this gives me that. Then inside of there, we can just do dot get dot whatever. Okay, this is what I want to do. So router dot route. We're gonna say tasks. And now off top of that, we can do post, and then we're already in tasks, and so now I just want slash. Okay, and you don't return anything. I'm just affecting the router. So I'm mutating the router with this. Okay, that makes sense. And we're gonna add, we're gonna get a rec and request and response. I need to get the JSON for this, so we're going to console.log rec.body, I think is what it is. And then we just do a res dot status 201. I need to, at the end of this, module export equals router. We head back to app. I want to pull you in. I think it's, yeah, I think it's test.use, and then we'll pass it in the, oh, I think it's test.use or test.app.all. I don't remember anymore. I think it's app. I don't remember. App.use task routes. Okay, so that should auto refresh. If I send a post request to tasks, server returned nothing. Okay. Now what we can do is let's take a look at those logs to see if there's anything going on with that. You are upset. Inside of here. So route.post requires a callback function. Got an object. Oh, I love object string. That's the best. At least it tells you it's an object string, right? Okay, so post gets here's okay, so post. Do I just want that? That doesn't seem right. We got an undefined console log rec.body undefined res.status. Apparently that's not how I respond. Okay. So the music just crashed. I can hear it now and I see it going out still on OBS. Can you hear me? Okay, just an abrupt end to a song. Well, yeah, I can't necessarily control that. Also, Zilby's down. Oh, you did? Oh, I did not see that. Okay, let's pet the kitty. He is halfway off of his little mat here. This is one of those cardboard scratch posts that people put on. Like you can put it on vertical or other things. He loves it as a bed, so I just put it up here. He loves sleeping on it. All right. I don't want to bother him too much. But all right, thank you for that. I'm sure Zilby appreciated that. Okay, so this did not send the status. Is it send status? Maybe it's send status. So if we come back to you, there we go. That is it. So we got the status 200 back. Now we got undefined. So I want to update the body here to be JSON, and this is going to be maybe like the task. The name of the task is, I don't know, like stream, like build Docker course. And so if I send that, we get undefined. And if I remember correctly, Express decided that they were not going to add the body into by default. You have to bring in a middleware for that. Yeah, okay, so undefined, and it's popular when you use body parsing middleware such as body parser and multi. I'm not going to use multi-part bodies, so body parser should be fine. So we just need to install body parser. All right, now what's really cool here, you know what we should do? I should be using as sad as this is, hold on, I'm going to stop the logs from here because I am doing this. Let's switch over to using VS Code. We'll get some help too, so it'll be fine. VS Code has some of those really cool Docker systems for us. So I want to use that. Okay, so we're going to Docker for web development profile. We can see the Node.js 21 running. We can see the files in /code is ours, but none of that really matters. I think I can, yeah, view logs. I can view the logs for it. And I think if I hit save, those will update. Yeah, they will. So that's just like a free watch down here. Okay, let's close you down a little bit. Okay, so in task route, okay, so right, we need Multar. So I need to run something in here. Oh wow, it's been an hour already. Okay, well, so ads are gonna start in about 8 minutes or so, 7 minutes. I'll probably just like keep on working through those for at least the first ad break. So sorry about that, but I have to do 3 minutes of ads on Twitch, not on YouTube. 3 minutes of ads every hour to keep off the pre-roll ads, so that not anybody who's coming in just gets tons of ads. So we do tons of ads purposefully, which is sad. I can attach the shell. Can I just run an exec in here? I don't know if I can. So we'll just attach the shell. We'll go to code. We will then run an npm. Not it. This body parser. So we'll install that. We should now be able to run this in here. And then before we run any of these routes, I want to get let's run the middleware before even health check. So we'll do app.use. I wonder if I could just get away with that. I don't remember how to use body parser. That might work. The LSP off reward is not as powerful for you as disabling Copilot for you. Oh yeah, no, it isn't. I think that's mostly because I don't know. Like, I've done so much programming for this stuff in the past. Like, some of it is just like, oh, I just have to go look it up a little bit. Also, like, Copilot is really powerful if you already know everything you want to do. If you're relying upon Copilot really heavily, it can hurt, I think. Let's see. Okay, so what am I trying to do? Oh yeah, let's test this again. So I want to go back to our logs. So oh, they did this as part of a terminal. Nice. Okay, so we can watch the logs here. I want to come over here. We're gonna do our okay, so we used a deprecated method for it. Okay, so it didn't like that. It didn't even console log that out. It just told me that I'm not allowed to do that. Just show me the example. Oh, so we have URL encoded. Oh, is it like bodyparser.json? Is that what it is? Okay, here it is. Yeah, bodyparser.json, and that's the only one I care to actually do. So bodyparser.json, run it as a function. I almost did :w on that. I almost did that. Okay, so here's our logs. If we come back to you, if we now hit send, there it is. We have our name, building a Docker course. Excellent. Very powerful if you know how to use it, like a very sharp knife. It's a tool, right? It's a tool like everything else. And you're right. It can help us greatly and increase our speed and velocity and our quality, and it can also harm us. All right, ads are starting in around 10 seconds. So for those of you who get hit by it, I'm sorry, and we'll see you on the other side. I'll try not to do anything. Well, I'm building the entire course, so it's not, we're not doing anything too exciting. Okay, so we have this health check. I want to, okay, so now that we have this, I want to go back to our code. We're going to open up our task routes. We have this. I want to stuff this. I just want to put it into a database, right? That's all I care about. I want to throw this in database, which means we need access to a database. So my go-to, you're going to see all the old stuff because I just don't care enough to create like the new methods of doing anything. Honestly, stop using Copilot. I'm honestly that good enough to be using it. Time to switch to YouTube. Yeah, that's a good one. I am perfectly happy to have you over here. And also, hello Rugmat on YouTube. Oh, you're not. Okay, yeah. It so here's the problem with any LLM. It is, if you don't know enough to know when it's bullshitting you, it's going to be like well, Copilot is unfortunately someone who like can help a lot, but every once in a while just throws you some random shit and it's not helpful at all. And it works a lot less well in languages that is not trained super heavily in, which includes Rust. Okay. And then sometimes it does the things that you don't want it to do. And sometimes it does the things that you want it to do, but not well. And the rest of the time it's really good and perfectly fine. Okay, so test, we're gonna send, okay, so we're gonna create a DB in here. I have always used Connects. So I'm going to continue to use Connects, but if we want to use Connects, I can install that and that's going to be fine. So here, let's open up our shell and we're going to do an npm install. Oh, I need Connects and a driver, don't I? So we need to install Connects and then I need a driver. So PG, so I'll just use Postgres. I'm happy with Postgres. Oh, your train stopped on a track to let another train cross us. That is so common in the US. There's only a few like little intercity trains that won't do that. For the most part, in the US, if you're taking a commuter train, it will stop to let any non-commuter train pass constantly. And those trains are allowed to move faster than a commuter trains, which sucks. Okay, so we need to install Connects and then PG. I don't think I want PG native, but that would be interesting. I think PG is gonna be fine. So Connects and PG. Okay, great. And then, so that adds in there. Now I need to Connects init. And I think, where do I want to do that? I think I want to do that. Inside, okay, just at the root of it is fine. So we're gonna do a npx connects init. That creates a connects file for us. Okay, so for development purposes, I don't even have anything else. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stop.